Well, my name's Emily Moran Barwick. I'm an artist, an activist, an educator, and I have a YouTube channel and website called Bite Size Vegan. I attempt to educate about veganism in a fun and engaging, approachable manner that's based on hard facts and research. In a nutshell, there's no good reason not to be. I mean, everything and everyone benefits from veganism, and regardless of your motivation. If you go into veganism because you want to lose weight, everyone else is still gonna benefit. That's the beauty of it. The environment's gonna benefit, the animals are gonna benefit, the people in the world who don't get enough food are gonna benefit. Everything is so interconnected when it comes to our food supply. And I mean, think of just environmentally, your impact. Your carbon footprint shrinks more so than any kind of going green tactic you could ever do. I mean, I've shared this. I shared this today in my speech. Like, if you look at the statistics of the average American's consumption of meat, dairy, and eggs for 2000, which is when they had some really good stats, or solid stats, to make that impact by saving water, you'd have to not shower for 66 years if you take a 15-minute shower, or over 100 years if you take a 10-minute shower every day. There's just no way to make that kind of impact other than not consuming animal products environmentally. And I mean, our agriculture system is the leading cause of, climate change, habitat destruction, all of these things. And so it's interesting to me, and I think it's beautiful within veganism that we can affect massive change just with a personal decision. And that, I think, is rather unique to veganism, because not all, but a lot of change does depend on outside factors, whether getting lawmakers to finally listen and change policy, or getting corporations to be indicted so that we can have change. Whereas with veganism, we can decide what we put in our bodies and where we put our money, and that alone can create this revolution. And for your health, obviously veganism, there's such a range of eating, so it doesn't always positively impact one's health, but I think that it also can be the healthiest way to eat. I think one of the lesser attended aspects of veganism is the element of world hunger, and I think it's a very important one, because a lot of people might not connect with animal welfare or animal rights, or maybe they're not really into the environment, so to speak. But the only way we're going to feed the hungry of the world is by everyone eating plants, because we currently make enough food to feed everyone. There's no reason that we should have starving people. And we do the telethons and we donate $1 a day, but we're making enough food right now to feed 10 billion people. But we're giving half of that globally to the animals that we're eating. We're taking people's food away to feed our food. And I think if it's hard for someone to connect with an animal and they can't relate to that animal's pain, you can look into the eye of a starving child, and basically by eating animals, you're saying, you're not going to get to eat today because I've decided I'm going to eat an animal instead of a plant. And I think that might be something that people can connect with more, because we tend to be able to relate to our own species more. But doing that, eating animals, is literally taking the food out of the mouths of these children. For me personally, the animal rights aspect is what I identify with the most. The fact that it's not my place to be, or anyone's place to be, taking the lives of these sentient beings who very much want to live just like each and every one of us do. It's not. They're not sacrificing their lives for us. It's not a they die so that we may live. We don't need to be eating these animals. We benefit in every way by not eating them. The only way that we're going to have a future for our children to have a planet to inhabit is by not eating animals. So there's nothing humane. There's nothing natural. There's nothing balanced about the way that we consume animals. And the only way to really heal all of these crises is veganism, and it's incredible the impact of what we choose to eat, what that has, because I think I think it can be underestimated to think that what goes on my dinner plate is affecting literally multitudes of aspects on a global scale, but that's what it is. With every bite we get to have this impact, whether it be negative and destructive or towards the healing of so many aspects of humanity and the planet and everything. You know, it's so interconnected. So I guess that's why vegan. There's times where I've been raw for like a year even, but I eat everything raw until usually dinner. Like I'll have like some steamed veggies or something, but I only eat produce, like fresh fruits and vegetables, and I do that because that's what I enjoy, and it's the way my body feels the best and that I feel the most energy. I also do it because I have no culinary skills, and fruit is the best fast food. It's ready, it's there, and it's simple, and I love that. I feel more connected to the earth when I do that, and I mean I've heard from many people that it's, you know, I've heard of people healing all kinds of ills with a raw food diet as well, and so, you know, I totally support that. I personally don't advocate any particular way of eating vegan, honestly, because I think the best way to eat vegan is the way that works for an individual and that's sustainable, something that they can do and that is approachable, because if we look at it from a pure health standpoint, then yes, like there's going to be ways of eating vegan that are far better than others, and raw veganism is going to be a very powerful tool. If we're looking at the ethical side of it, the environmental impact side of it, the animals don't care what you eat as long as you're not eating them. And I think for some people, if it's between eating fake meats and cheeses versus eating animals, then eat the fake meats and cheeses, you know. And I'm grateful that all of those substitutes are there, because some people aren't going to go raw vegan, and that's okay, you know. From a pure health standpoint, I think it has the great potential for healing, you know. Personally, like I said, I do it because I like it. That's how I like to eat. I love fruit and greens. I'm a lettuce machine, so it's just the way that my body feels the best. I have a lot of like food sensitivities and things, and so I feel I function the best eating as simply as possible. Want like brand new shiny things, but when it comes to our nutrition, for some reason we want it secondhand. I call it the hand-me-down nutrition. We want to filter it through some other animal's body and then consume it.